For many veterans, the hardest battles begin after combat. Here's how one Marine vet testified about his struggles last year.
During this time when I was struggling really bad with some of the decisions that I was making, that 17.6 per day suicide number really started creeping into the back of my mind and became an option. In fact, five Marines that I deployed with to Iraq, since we've gotten out, have committed suicide to this date. I had been out of the Marine Corps for 12 years before I asked for help. It took me 12 years to get to rock bottom.
Joining us now is Cary Reichbach, the founder of Great Team, one of the groups helping our vets. He's also an Army veteran. Cary, welcome.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for your service. You work very closely with our veterans. What is Great Team's mission?
Our mission basically is to save lives. I mean, there's really nothing more important than individuals who have sacrificed so much for this country to survive combat and military service and come back and take their own lives just because they're not getting the help that they need.
There are some new ways to treat veterans who are struggling with the scars of war, and you're using them at Great Team. I want to play a clip from Marcus Luttrell talking about the benefits of psychedelics, and I'll ask you about some of the new techniques you guys are doing with Great Team. Take a listen.
I'd like to say how grateful I am to have had the opportunity to go through the program and receive the Ibogaine. It absolutely changed my life for the better. I went through a lot of the programs that the veterans are going through, and I always kind of felt like I was a victim coming out of the program. When I came out of this, I felt like I had gotten my life back.
Cary, how do you believe you guys have been so successful in treating our veterans who are struggling with the scars of war?
Well, it's a great question, Mike. I think one of the really important things to think about is that there is no one-size-fits-all cure. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't put everybody into a box and just expect them that, you know, this is going to work on everyone. And I think one of the reasons we are so successful at Great Team is that we have so much technology under one roof, mm-hmm. that we have something for everyone. And while, you know, yes, the technology is fantastic. At the same time, there is basics like nutrition and fitness that is mm-hmm. something that is overlooked entirely by most of the treatments. So we do not do the pharmaceutical intervention at all. Mm-hmm. We don't do any pharmaceutical intervention. But what we do is we're using transcranial brain lasering, full body photobiomodulation, infrared detoxification, and mm-hmm. so many other technologies that are absolutely FDA approved, but for some reason are not in the mainstream.
Cary, on a previous conversation with you, a depressed veteran was watching. He called in to Great Team, got help. I had the blessing of meeting him around Christmas time. And he seems to be doing really, really well. So if there is a depressed veteran watching right now, what should he or she do to reach out for help?
Mike, I couldn't be more serious when I say this. You know, we're taught not to ever ask for help, and that's ridiculous. If you're going through any kind of a crisis or way before crisis, they can go to greyteam.org, and I'm sure that you can put that on your screen, mm-hmm. but it's greyteam.org, and they can apply for services. Everything is 100% free, and we will bring them to our incredible facility in Boca Raton and take care of them and fix, you know, mental pain, physical pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain. We'll get rid of it.
Really extraordinary work you guys are doing. And what can our patriotic audience do to help you guys in your mission?
We would love since we don't receive federal backing at all at this moment, anybody who is interested in helping out these individuals, especially on Memorial Day. I think it's a great time to reach out to greatteam.org, and you can make monthly donations, one-time donations, but every little bit helps, even $5 or $10, because the truth is, like, we're talking about Memorial Day, we're talking about individuals who died in combat very, very quickly, and it's a horrible thing. But at the same time, there are hundreds of thousands of individuals who came home with invisible wounds, and they're dying very slowly, and they're not even thought about on Memorial Day. And I think that's so important that we take care of those individuals, because they sacrificed for us to be here right now.
Cary, final thought as an Army veteran, what are your thoughts as we look ahead to Memorial Day tomorrow?
I think one of the main things is not to wish a veteran happy Memorial Day, because it is not a happy day for us.
Right.
You know, we sit and we think about the individuals that we lost in service to this country, and at the same time, at Gray Team, we think about those individuals who came home and are fighting that invisible battle and losing, and they're at wit's end to try and fix an invisible enemy in their head. And I think that it's very, very important to speak to any veteran and wish them a day that is passionate and purposeful in remembrance, but it's definitely not a happy occasion.
Cary Reichbach, thank you so much for your service in uniform and all that you and your team are doing right now to help our heroes.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you.